Well, here we are. Welcome to the loneliest show on all of the internet. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. And technically, since the last show ended post-midnight, right? It was the New Year's Lonely Eve show. We're at 2. We went through a little bit of a drought of no Sam Roberts Now, but we're at 2 for 2025. I mean, that's pretty massive. And let's see if he's got his technical difficulties worked out yet. For those of you that watched the New Year's stream, you know Hot Dog was in his party form, but his screen kept freezing. Let's see. Hey, he's got a shirt on and he's here. Hot Dog.
Bienvenidos, damas y caballeros, a Sam Roberts Now.
That's right. Viernes Gigante is what they've been calling us. It's
Yes.
It's a pretty exciting time for all of us. I mean, embarrassed a little bit that for the New Year's show, that of all times for your camera to freeze up, it was when you were topless for some reason.
It was not a accurate portrayal of what I was doing, I feel like, that night.
You didn't have your shirt off on New Year's?
I think there was some fake news going on.
You didn't have your shirt off on New Year's Eve?
At some point.
That's okay. Okay. 'Cause people don't know. Hot Dog is the 2015 Don Lemon of Sam Roberts Now, where every Friday, you know what I mean? He's annoying and has very annoying, whiny political takes throughout the week. But then on Friday, shirt's coming off. We're getting our belly button pierced.
Or Bert Kreischer.
Huh?
Bert Kreischer has to come off every single time.
Maybe that's more what it is. Bert Kreischer, he's getting shots from the audience, crying a little bit, laughing a little bit, just an emotional guy. How are the holidays, Hot Dog? It's an emotional time.
It's good to be back.
It's great to be back. Of course, you know the rules here on Sam Roberts Now. Every super chat gets acknowledged. So if you want to contribute to the show this evening, every super chat will get acknowledged. Did you have a good holiday? I know we've had this argument before. You're the one guy who, of course, it's like you give people a reason to be generally annoyed by you. On top of everything else, you're also I don't like Christmas guy.
Yeah, but the things that get you annoyed at me are, it's not a
don't even make it me. Don't even make it me. Make it that you don't hear. You know, this isn't just a me, like a Sam's annoyed thing. If anything, I like you more than most of the people watching and listening like you.
Sure. I'd say that's true.
Fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
But it's not, but I'm not going around making statuses going, oh, Christmas sucks.
This year.
I'm not.
This year.
It's something that you just happen to know about me. I'm not the biggest fan. And I keep that to myself. And that bothers you somehow.
Was it good? Oh, excuse me. It's my information. They bothered you this year?
I had a good break. New Year's is always awesome. I love New Year's.
It's
so
lit.
Let me get that
Litty.
New Year's is lit.
Right.
The week in between Christmas and New Year's, lit.
Okay.
Not doing anything.
All right.
Awesome.
You get in those naps?
I got so many naps, dude. My back hurts. How many naps I've
They call you the Luigi Mangione of naps because of how much your back hurts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it checked out. What are you doing?
Yeah,
just laying my back.
What drove Hot Dog to such a murderous rage? Well, he's been napping so much that he has back pain that is persistent. Surgeries? No. He's going after mattress companies instead of healthcare companies.
Back pain and sleeping demons.
Yeah, we did get an update this morning, and I knew it was early because I was dropping. This is like, I kind of have multiple separate lives all going on at once. It's probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's just how I operate. I have like multiple professional lives going on at the same time, which are separate. And then my personal life is also separate from all of those. So I'm up on a Friday morning. Every Friday morning, I'm driving the kids to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's, and
I didn't even know kids went to school still on Fridays.
Yeah, that's right.
How disconnected I am.
That's right. Yeah, no, they still have Friday school. Yeah, so I bring them to, and I'm getting I'm dropping the kids off at school on a Friday morning, and then also the group text is lighting up going, I got visited by a sleep paralysis demon again. LOL. That's like the second time this week. I guess I'm up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I texted you within for 10 minutes since I got up, and I still had the jitters or the shocks coming through.
It is interesting to me though, because you do recognize that it's sleep paralysis, but there also is this thing where Like, you don't question it. You're also like, no, but it's not just a medical sleep paralysis thing. There is a demon involved. Yes?
Yeah. And I didn't add this to the conversation, but I'm pretty sure the demon is shaped after my mom because I heard her voice the first time.
So is there any, okay, I'm going to take a wild stab at something here. Is there any way that this could be stress that you're not acknowledging caused by buried deep trauma? Or is it just an actual demon that has the same voice as your mom?
As Joe Rogan likes to say, it's entirely possible. Entirely possible.
These are theories.
And there was like the second time when I already kind of knew it was her. I was trying to, you know how, you can barely talk.
Mama.
No, I was saying, so how do you say stop in Spanish?
Para.
Para.
Yeah, of course.
So I could barely get it out, but I was going like this.
Para. Oh, shoot.
To the demon.
Oh,
I'm gonna record myself because it's so creepy.
That's sick. I want to hear it. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I saw Nosferatu, yes. And it's the Nosferatu voice feels like the voice that you have when you're talking to your demon.
Yeah,
that sounds exactly like your mom.
Oh, it's her.
It's for sure. Yeah, I mean, have you thought about like maybe going to therapy and trying to get through this stuff that maybe you won't have sleep paralysis anymore, or you're good?
No, I mean, after the second time, I just figured I should learn how to communicate with this being.
It's kind of
So that's why I was saying,
I do love, I got visited by a sleep paralysis demon twice this week. Are you going to start going to therapy? No, I'm going to start learning how to talk to demons.
Not twice this week, twice yesterday, twice last night.
God. You're like, isn't it a bit much? Twice tonight.
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm up. What do you want to do?
No, I'm not that afraid anymore, though. I know what it is.
A demon.
My mom.
That's right. And you know how to talk to mom?
Yeah.
You got to record it next time.
I will.
You got to record. I mean, look, I think 2025 is going to be a very mysterious year. Are the drones still out there? I feel like now far more, because I'm getting drone updates on the Ring app constantly, like from neighbors, except every time you go to their pictures, it's a helicopter, an airplane, a street lamp. You know, it's like these are not, not everything is a drone.
We left that in last year's.
And do you think we're taking, I feel like inevitably we're going to take the same approach to the drones that you're doing to your sleep demon, where it's like, yeah, we'd like to know why, but like, whatever, you know, like we're just not going to, we're just going to say that was a weird thing that happened and never get the answer to where any of these drones came from.
Hasn't killed us yet, so must be fine.
Yeah. Hey, we're still doing a show, right?
We're here.
Right. I mean, that's
what people want to say to the show.
Oh, I saw this thing that infuriated me. This tweet went around and it said, this was from like a local news show. And it said, women rank bad first date spots. Did you see this?
Yes. I saw it on the old X.
All 5 are chains. Like, couldn't you just like, well, you have to rub it in like that. Couldn't you just say women don't like chain restaurants? You have to list them. And I don't even think this is accurate, right? Because some of it, you go like, okay, number 5 is Olive Garden. And I feel like Olive Garden's okay, except never ending anything. If it says never ending on the menu, it comes across as a little cheap. You know what I mean?
But you can just point to your date and go, fill her up.
But yeah. No, that's true.
Bring it on.
Number 4 is Chipotle, which that's not even like, I love Chipotle too. It's counter service though. Obviously you're going to bring a first date to counter service. That's like, I mean, that's like saying, are we going to coffee? You can, if you're going, if a girl agrees with you to just go get coffee and you end up going to Chipotle, it doesn't turn into a date from coffee. You know what I mean? Counter service is counter service is counter service. Just because it's fast casual instead of fast food I don't think maybe in
You
high
could
school.
you could end up at a Chipotle on your first date.
Like
That's
at
fine.
the end.
Yes.
Like you
like
went
if
so,
the date
like
if the date was let's go out get some drinks. You hungry? There's a Chipotle right around there, right around the corner.
let's
You
go to
mind?
a
We got some
movie.
drinks?
Movie. First date. Gonna grab a cocktail. Then we're gonna go see a movie. Oh, Chipotle's still open.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Right. But then you wouldn't go and be like, oh yeah, I brought her to Chipotle on our first date. That's not what you would say.
Table for two, please.
Yeah, they're like, just take anyone. You can't. Who are you talking to? What do you want on the burrito?
Yeah, I bring her in and we wait at the door for someone to greet us.
Right. It's also like you just ate a whole bunch of Chipotle. It's like, well, you want to do a goodnight kiss? I don't think so. There's like cilantro and stuff on your breath.
Depends. If it's guac, I'm getting in there.
Because it cools everything down, and because maybe you get a little something on the corner of the mouth.
It's like, nice.
But yeah, but the top 3 to me is absurd. You could absolutely bring a date. So 3 on the list is Chili's. Chili's rules. And
never been.
Oh, dude, next time we travel, we're going to Indy. I know the Chili's in Indianapolis. Literally, last time I was in Indianapolis, it was at a relative's funeral. My dad goes, okay, everybody's kind of dealing with this. We lost a cousin of mine. It was way too young to go. It was really a sad thing. Mm-hmm. And my dad is, it's his sister's kid. And he's like, hey, man, will you figure out a place we can all eat and make a reservation or something? I was like, say less. Immediately just Googled Indianapolis Chili's.
Oh, man.
And guess what?
Look.
They had a nice big table for us. We all ordered whatever we wanted because the menu has plenty of different items that anybody could want. My mom always orders the burger. She spends 10 minutes looking at the menu, 20 minutes looking at the menu, and goes, I think I'll have the burger. It's like, you knew you were going to have the burger. What are you staring at this menu for? I'm going to get the boneless wings, corn on the cob, free refills on everyone. It was great. It was sure. It was great.
But that's still besides the point of you wouldn't probably bring a date.
I would bring a date to a Chili's. And also, this list is like, not everybody is a coastal elite that lives in like if you're in Manhattan.
Harlem.
Or Harlem. I mean, we can take her to Kennedy Fried. Like, what are you talking about?
we got Tex-Mex here.
That's true. But if you don't live in Manhattan or Los Angeles or something like that, like there are plenty of places in this great country of ours that of course you would bring a date to Chili's. Why not bring a date to Chili's? Especially on trivia night, please. Everybody has a great time. You could go get maybe you intend to go get drinks. There's a great bar there and you're like, you know what? Let's just sit down and get some food.
Sam, you are I hate to say this, but as someone of a certain that you have, like I regard you as someone who's very successful and has it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little white trash.
What? What? How dare you? I didn't know that was going to go there. No.
A little bit. Because, hot dog 10 years ago would have for sure taken my girlfriend to Chili's. 2024, 2025 hot dog's not taking my girl to Chili's.
I mean,
that's not first date.
Literally, my wife had to start going like, if we're going to the Palisades Mall, we're eating before. Because every single time we go to the Palisades Mall, you go, oh, where do you want to eat? Let's just go to Chili's. Like it wasn't your plan. Like you didn't drive to the Palisades going like, I love the Palisades because there's a Chili's there. We'll get to go to Chili's.
Well, how about you give the people you love a little bit of the finer things in life?
It's literally my favorite restaurant. I don't see, it's not a joke. Okay. Like I'm sharing my favorite restaurant with you.
Yes.
What more can you do for a human being? That's the most loving thing that you can do.
Your favorite restaurants, that just happens to be, unlimited this and a little.
It's free refills.
Sure, free refills, the gimmicks, all the
it's not gimmicks. It's
gimmicks.
It's not white trash. It's free refills, but it's not unlimited. Like if you want another order of boneless wings, you're gonna have to order another order. Okay,
don't get me wrong. I go to Chili's with the boys. I'm sure Indianapolis, I'll go to Chili's with you. That's no problem.
Bring the girl. You know what I'm saying? She'll have a good time. We'll double. You know what I'm saying?
I'd take Annie to Chili's, but I don't know if I'd take Mitch to Chili's.
First of all, that's insulting to Chili's. It's insulting to Annie. It just, there's no reason for you to say that. Okay. I mean, to me, I spit on this list when they put Chili's at 3. Okay, I'll bring every date to Chili's, which
Thank God you're married. Thank God you're married and you have kids, because I don't know how you do it. I don't know that you would make it.
That would be great if I wormed my way into high-profile dating scenes and made them go to Chili's.
Yeah.
I'm on the Raya app and I'm bringing people to Chili's. Chili's. Number 2 is Applebee's, which, I mean, I get that, like, it's not Chili's. Applebee's is definitely a step below Chili's, but
veggies that they heat up in the microwave.
Well, you know, they did that at Cracker Barrel. I brought my wife to Cracker Barrel one time, and she just gave me this look because we're sitting at the table, and they put out the food. I'm like, oh, man, you get all this food. The servings are so big. And the waitress, with no shame whatsoever, looks at my wife and goes, the broccoli's coming out next. We're just nuking it right now, and walks away. And she just looked at me. And I was like, what? It's going to be hot. So,
see, you say, I mean, you understand it, like,
that's Cracker Barrel, though. Cracker Barrel. We're not talking about Cracker Barrel.
Okay. Well,
Applebee's, but you don't think Applebee's is a good name? Oh, unplug my headphones. Sorry, hang on. Don't say anything great, hot dog. It would be the one time, and I never
do.
You don't think that, like, Applebee's is a good, like, after what you meet somebody at work? There's an Applebee's nearby. You go on a date after work. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, no, that's 2 different things. After work, with coworkers, sure.
Applebee's is a great place for a first date that the girl doesn't realize she's on a first date until it's too late. You see what I'm saying? Like when she thinks she's going out to hang, and you think that you got her to agree to go to a first date, and then you're eating and there's nobody else at the table, and she's like, oh my God, I do not want to be on a date with this person. And
no, because then it's a double whammy. She realizes, oh my God, I'm on a date with a hot dog. And also, oh my God, he took me to Applebee's on the first date. No, I would want this girl to realize she's on a date with a hot dog. At the very least, it's at a nice little joint. Doesn't have to be fancy. I'm not talking, you know.
Okay.
Michelin here.
I might budge on Applebee's. I refuse to budge on Chili's. I might budge on Applebee's. But the top one, they said this is the number 1 spot that women ranked as bad first dates. And this one to me is crazy. Like, I legit am like, this is a pretty nice restaurant.
Okay.
Cheesecake Factory.
That one,
it's pretty nice.
Agree. That one, I agree with you.
Right. It's a pretty nice place. I mean, you know, I'm so sorry. We're not, you know, Jeff Bezos or, you know, something like that. We don't fly private to a weird island, but we still, like, we go to Cheesecake Factory, the maitre d', we ask for a table for 2. They sit us down. The lights are dim. I mean, there's like paraphernalia.
Also, to be fair, Cheesecake Factory is also where high school seniors take their dates too.
Seniors, though, not freshmen. Seniors only. Okay,
and a lot of people that have a job at McDonald's now are like, "Hey, babe, let's go to."
We can go to Cheesecake Factory. We don't have to.
And then you'd be sitting next to your wife,
and I go like this. I go like this. Excuse me, young man. What do you recommend?
Yeah. So, like, I'm not totally against you, but let's not act like it's also.
I think it's nice. I think it's a nice, like,
yeah.
Oh, where did you guys go? Oh, I took her out to the Cheesecake Factory. It's like, oh, okay. I think that, and I go, I think that's a pretty nice place. There's definitely gonna be something, you know. A lot of times there are actually, and this is weird to me, there are people who don't like deep fried processed foods, which I'm always like, well, what do you eat then? I don't understand that.
I don't get it either.
You can usually find something at Cheesecake Factory that's not deep fried or processed.
Okay, but I'm this cheesecake. All right, so I'm gonna amend this. Cheesecake Factory is conditional on how long has this date been in the books for? Has this date been in the books? Hey, it's Friday today.
Right.
I'll catch you next Friday. No, absolutely not. That is.
Oh, so you're saying if you have a week heads up and the best you came up with was a resi at Cheesecake Factory, right. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
All if it's like morning time, if it's Friday morning and it's like, oh, we got to figure out a place to go to at 5, I'll let you pick Cheesecake Factory. Why not? It's cute. It's cute.
See, I would have gone like, no, we're going someplace. Trust me when I tell you we're going someplace nice. And then
you would have said, don't worry about it.
You know why? You know why? Because the Cheesecake Factory is one of those restaurants that even when it's in a mall, there's an exit to the outside. Right? You can get in through the mall, but you can also, it's got its own exclusive entrance a lot of times. And that is like, that's California Pizza Kitchen level, okay? That's nice.
And
That's
you know what the best
class.
part probably is? Then you get the bill, you get the tab, and it's like $46.50. And
That's
you're
right.
like, fuck yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Fuck yeah. And we had like 5 drinks.
$46.50, but then I go like this. This would have been about $38 at Chili's.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So that's an option.
it's a fluctuating thing. I guess you're right. Yeah. When I was a senior in high school, $46.50 for dinner for 2 was like, okay, we're eating. This is
Hey, you're talking about the guy who broke up with his girl
Almost.
because of $20 shrimp. So,
almost. No, did.
Yeah, that was the final. So I'm not out here not understanding it. It's just, as I said, you are a man who is doing well, successful. People look at you as
They love me. You can say it. They love me. You can say they love. And they
love you. They love you.
They
and
love
you
me.
got a little bit of cheddar. So, if a fan sees you at the Cheesecake Factory with the missus,
You know what they would think? There
What?
goes Sam. He's a real one. This isn't some bit. This isn't some nonsense. Like, Sam is a real one, and he's a day one guy. Like, who was I when you met me? That's who I am today. Okay? That's it.
God forbid I take someone to the Comedy Cellar, though.
I mean, that's not even like,
They got great wings there.
they got great wings at Chili's.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, look. And then
You go to
know
Comedy
what?
Cellar for the wings, or you go to Comedy Cellar because a comedian might walk by your table and recognize you.
And then I go, look, that's Ian Finance right over there. You don't know him, but
He knows me. Trust me.
what's up?
Yeah. I flirted with him one time.
Oh, Andrew Schultz passing by. He might dap me up.
And then he walked around. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. No, he didn't. Not he did before though. Trust me, he did. He didn't see me. He's busy right now. Him and Kendrick have a whole thing.
No, I mean, look, I don't know what the demographic is for the loneliest fan base here, but
we skew older. We skew older.
I want to say you might be in the minority here by choosing to defend these horrible first day spots.
I mean, first of all,
I'd be embarrassed if
at Chili's.
Yeah, I would.
One time I was in Chili's. You know who walked in there? Brum Breaker. It was right across the street from the hotel, but still.
Was he on a date?
Yeah, it's a big deal. No, he was by himself.
Okay, we'll see now.
No, he's alone. He was just trying to get some chicken
Chili's
breast
should
somewhere.
be a bunch of like men by themselves who just finished a wrestling match 30 minutes ago. That should just be the demographic for Chili's.
There is a vibe at a lot of Chili's, like later in the evening at the bar, where it's like it's all like married guys whose wives are at home. You know,
Yeah, that's dope. I love that vibe.
It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we got to talk about this. Okay. Super chat in. You want to get involved with the show? I'm seeing a bunch of super chats coming in. We'll hit them all for sure.
Not a super chat, but Lou said these are side chick places.
Oh, you roll up to except I can't because everybody knows me at the Chili's. You know? It's a big TV time, hot dog. The whole world is talking about this. Everyone has had enough time to watch Squid Game season 2. Netflix makes the big announcement. We've been waiting. What is this? 3 years? We've been waiting for this.
I want to say Squid Game was definitely a COVID watch, right?
I think so. So we've been waiting 3 years for this. Squid Game, the announcement came out that season 2 and season 3 we're going to be dropping this year. Now, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently, and I just read it, I haven't confirmed it, but apparently they accidentally leaked like Netflix, maybe Korea or some other Netflix posted a teaser trailer for season 3 and then privated it real quick. But it said, I think like end of June is when season 3 is coming, which would make sense 6 months in.
Yeah, there was a teaser at the end of the season. It was like a 2-second teaser,
Like a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
With
So it was different than that.
It was like it was like a teaser with a date on it.
Oh,
And so
yeah. That makes sense.
But
Because
so
they already taped, like it's already shot.
They shot them both at the same time, which they should do because it's not 2 different seasons. But
No.
I mean, they got calling this season 2 and season 3 is egregious. I mean, I felt insulted and I liked it. I liked the episodes. I was into it, which made me even more upset that it ended because I liked where it was going. And then boom, they go, by the way, that's the end of season 2. And I go, there's no season of television has ever ended like this. You can't tell me that a season has a beginning and a middle, and then it's over. You're missing Act 3. It's not in the season. I don't understand this. There's no resolution with anybody. It's introduction. Here's where we are now. It's action. Here's what we're doing. And then that's the end of the season. And you're like, no.
There was no, and here's where we're going.
See, a cliffhanger, technically season 1, even without a confirmed season 2, ended on a cliffhanger in the sense that it ended, it wrapped up, there was a bow on it. 456 dyed his hair red, looked like $1 million, was headed
and
to.
They scrapped that one real quick.
Well, and they were like, we're not going to leave this for the whole season. It's ridiculous. This is like a good, like, last 5 minutes.
I thought this was the end of the show. So.
Yeah, I didn't. What? No, so he's about to get on a plane, go to America, see his daughter, his ex-wife, turns around, he goes, no. I got to find these bastards. And then the show ends. And you're like, okay, it works because it's an ending. The show ended. Even if there was no season 2, it would have been fine. It still acts as a complete unit, but it's a cliffhanger that lets you know that the story is not completely over. This one, no ending. No ending whatsoever.
No cliffhanger.
I mean, they'll argue it's a cliffhanger because clearly we don't know what happens next. Like,
that's not the definition of a cliffhanger.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. For once we're on the same page, but you've met they?
Yes.
They will.
I've met they.
Yeah.
They give me my talking points.
Right. They will say it's a cliffhanger because you got to tune into season 3 to see what happens with the rest of the games. And you're like, no, that's just the end. Like, that's
it just stopped. If it pulled a Sopranos ending at any point in between those 7 episodes and just ended, it would have been the same as how it actually ended.
Yeah.
If it just went black.
And they're happy, and I don't have a problem with it if you say what it is. Okay. Like Breaking Bad did that. They took a big break in the middle of one season, but they said
that it was 6A or 5A, 5B.
Sopranos did it too. I think it was 6A, 6B. It's like, okay.
Better Call Saul, 6A, 6B.
That's fine.
It's not a thing that I'd never seen before.
No, but you didn't say 2A, 2B. You said 2 and 3.
Right.
And that got me that's why. And so I'm sitting there not ready to just say like, okay, I'll just wait 6 months. Like I waited 3 years. Give me something. That said, now I got my frustrations out. I love the show. I love the Squid Games. I love Squid Game. And I did a rewatch of season 1. Did you do a rewatch of season 1 before season 2 came out?
No. So I was like asking my girl every now and then. I was like, what was it? What's the deal with this cop again?
Which is, by the way, the most girl thing that you could do. Like that's what ladies do. Wait, why is he doing that? Every time doesn't matter. No, it doesn't really matter. Like,
that's the brother, right? Okay.
Whose brother?
Off the boat?
Is that the old man's brother? No.
Yeah, she has a nice head on her shoulders, so I don't have to rely on myself.
But you were also a hater last season 1.
I said
you were a hater.
Got crazy. I didn't say I didn't enjoy Squid Games, or else I wouldn't have watched season 2.
By the way, nobody in the chat believes that you have a girl.
She lives in Canada.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her in Hot Dog's wallet. It was a model shot.
And it said sample on it.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little spoilers. Little spoilers because we want to have a conversation about this. When we do little spoilers, okay. All right. So the whole first couple episodes are 4, 5, 6. I like that they give us an immediate after, and then they go, okay, now we're 3 years in the future. Because all the players that are in it, like 4, 5, 6 looks older. It looks like 3 years have passed. So the idea that they didn't cling on, because why I really loved rewatching season 1 is you forget what a complete catastrophe player 4, 5, 6 was as a human being. Like, just what a total fuck up of a disaster this guy is. Like a degenerate gambler, disappointing his daughter. Like because he transforms into this hero figure once he's in the game. And then by the end of the game, he's like John Wick. You forget that where he started is so different from where he ended. So it was valuable to me to rewatch season 1, because by season 2, he's like a different human being entirely. And he should be, based on everything that he went through in season 1 and going into season 2. But he's basically the little, you know, I say with quotations, money that he has spent from the prize money that he won has all been just devoted to finding that son of a bitch who hangs out in the subway playing the paperflip game with people. He hates the paperflip guy. And he saw him once. You remember at the end of season 1, he finds paperflip guy in the subway. The paperflip guy acknowledges him. He disappears. We don't see him again, says goodbye in the train. It takes him 3 years. They don't find this paperflip guy.
That's sweet. And that's what made me remember, oh, this guy is kind of dumb. Because
4, 5, 6?
Yeah, 3 years trying to find this guy.
Bro, he spent
burning all this money.
He spent billions. And I do like that he hired the guy who he almost had to give his kidney and eyeballs to. By the way, what is the idea in Korea that they take your eyeballs? I've heard take your kidney. Yeah, because I've heard take your kidney. But everybody who's in debt, every time it's a loan shark, whether it was 4, 5, 6, whether it's other characters in the show, they said they're coming after my kidneys and my eyeballs. And then in the game, when there's that subgroup of guards that are doing their body part selling on the side, they're taking eyeballs. And I've never heard of people selling eyeballs on the black market, but I guess it's a thing. I don't know.
I'll have to look that up. The only thing that I was looking up constantly throughout the show was the conversion rate whenever it was mentioned.
I was too. And I know we're not alone, because when you put in the specific numbers, it always goes won to US dollar. We're all trying to figure out, because they're like 200 million. What am I going to do with that? I'm like, hold on, let me tell you what you're going to do with that. Oh, actually, it's like 32,000. It's not that much.
All right, let's go for one more game.
One more game.
I get it.
But so I like that 4, 5, 6 has hired the guy. So that comes kind of full circle, that this guy that was, and at first I go, how can he trust him? Right? Because if I were a gangster, I'd just take the money. I'd be like, yeah, we checked everywhere, couldn't find him. But I wouldn't be looking at all. He's giving bonuses to the people who find him. If you find them, you get a bonus. So it motivates everybody to find this guy. What did you think of the first kind of, I don't know if it's a twist, more like a pull the curtain back, when you find out that this guy, who, as far as season 1 goes, we know he's just a guy who looks great in a suit, handsome devil, good hair, and good at that flippy flip game, and doesn't mind slapping a guy in the face.
Loves it, actually.
Loves to slap people in the face. Turns out he's a total psychopath.
Yes.
Totally Patrick Bateman nuts. He gets pleasure in ending people.
I thought it was a great start. I think I wanted more of him, actually. I was kind of bummed out that he died, spoilers, but in the very, well, all right, I said it already.
We said we're going to spoil.
Yeah, I was very bummed out that he died in the end of the first episode. I was like, oh man, and he's like a.
I mean, he had to, because otherwise it'd be like the whole season of just can I please get in the game? We know that he's not.
Yeah. No, but I wanted him to be kind of like a bigger figure almost. He was.
But we know he's not, because we saw the bigger figures in season 1.
Yeah. But he was just so good.
He was good. I'll tell you this. I think I could kind of do without. We find out that, the guy who lost his brother to this Squid Game thing, that snuck onto the island in season 1, that stole the guard's outfit and was sneaking around, and then found out that it was his brother that was actually, his brother won the Squid Game in 20, whatever it was, 14 or 15, when he looked it up in the book. And then he never left. He became the guy who's running Squid Game right under the old man. And, he shot him in the shoulder, and the brother, who's a cop, I'm a cop, you idiot.
I'm a cop.
Ends up falling. You have to every time. Ends up falling off the cliff, and we think he's dead. And then it turns out at the beginning of season 2, he's not dead. So far, and maybe this will take a different route, I'd be fine if they just eliminated that entire storyline.
Useless.
Right?
It was the biggest waste of time this entire season. And sure, they're gonna say, well, it's gonna culminate in the next season. But like, you literally could have just pressed skip on every single thing.
You think they're gonna say it's gonna commulate?
Whatever that word is.
I don't think it's.
I was watching. I knew.
You think it's gonna commulate?
They're coming.
Yeah. I could totally do without that whole storyline.
Because every single time you go back to them, it's 5 minutes of where's the island? I don't know. We're looking on the drone.
Yeah.
All right.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another scene. Where is it?
There's there's an A story, which is 456 back in the game. There's a B story, which I love the B story. The B story to me is the girl who worked at the theme park, and we think she's joining the Squid Game, but really she's joined to be a guard. That
was a great reveal.
That was a great reveal. Her whole character is lit. That whole storyline is great. I love the A story and the B story are both awesome. C story, I'm like, just give me the 2. I don't, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
What do we think? How do we feel about Thanos, the rapper?
Obviously, he's a fan favorite.
I mean, he is a fan favorite, and I think there is something to the fact that what makes him cool.
What?
He speaks a little English, and
that
makes me feel cool because I know all the English. Like, I'm sitting there going, like, Thanos has like purple hair, and he's doing drugs, and he's like hitting on all the girls, and he really doesn't care about like dying. He's not worried about anything. He's bullying people, and I'm like, man, if a little English makes you that cool, imagine if I rolled up in Squid Games. I know all the English.
What's up? My name is Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a legend.
No, okay. So part of me, as the annoying, what you think is annoying of me is
you're a hater.
Part of me was trying to hate because I see this character,
of course you were,
who is like supposed to be the cool hip guy and speaking English, and I go, oh, this was the execs wanted an English speaker to relate to the Americans, so they threw him in there. And I'm just like,
first of all, like, oh. No, they didn't. It's a terrible theory.
I knew what it was. I was like, this was Netflix. Netflix wanted someone who spoke some English in there.
Can we throw somebody in that speaks broken English? Like, that's not a note. That's not a thing. And also,
but that wouldn't be a note. Like, oh, no, no, it wasn't. They're gonna love.
No, that's not why they love him.
No, but I came around to it.
They love him because of his vibe, and he's a real rapper.
Yeah, or rapper or K-pop. Do you know which one?
He raps, dude. He's an MC, dude.
I came around after like the second episode. I was like,
I think the only person in the game that I don't like, I would be happy if she died in red light, green light, is that witch lady.
Oh, she's useless.
I'm like, no one's scared of you, okay? She's like, the gods want it this way. I'm like, no, they don't. No one's scared of you. You have no power.
And I was like, she got people following her around. She had like 2 or 3 groupies. I was like, nobody would be following her around.
I mean, people get weird in Squid Games.
Like, you don't start a cult within a day, and all of a sudden, the shaman over here is.
I'm okay with
a charge.
I just don't like her. I mean, there have been people there's a lot of cult leaders that I think are stupid. So I didn't have a problem with people following her around. I don't think she's not believable. I just think she's annoying. Sitting at the top of
she didn't say anything smart or
sitting at the top of her bed, like, I got you. I'm like, because I'm thinking if I was in the Squid Game, I'd be like, she's so annoying.
Like, throw a rock at her. So
shut up. Shut up. You can't sit in my room.
What was the part that you hated the most?
Why are you a hater? Why would you even ask that question? Why are you being negative? Why are you so negative? Because you're negative. That's because you're a piece of shit.
Well, you just mentioned things that you hated.
I didn't like her. I love I loved the reveal at the end of episode 2. I think, it was episode 2 when it comes around. And I kind of figured that this is what they were doing when this time player 001, instead of the old man who was running Squid Game, is the guy who runs Squid Game now that decided to go like, okay, because like, I mean, first of all, the front man, first of all, the whole like club scene was super fun. Like realizing that they did it on Halloween night so they could get away with wearing their Squid Game outfits. And then having 456 get asked, what are you going to do? Take him out with a pistol? And then he shows them he's got this whole arsenal, which was awesome. So badass, right? But then his arsenal fails. And now he's in the limo with the front man. And he's going, what are you going to do? Take me out with a pistol? And 456 is like, man. But then you realize that this guy that 456 is there to destroy is with him the whole time. That reveal is going to be so great when it finally happens. When 456 realizes that this dude he was spinning tops with the whole time has been the guy he's been after. Oh, it's so dramatic too at the end when he like disappears for a second and does a costume change to come back out. He's so dramatic. He's so theatrical. He's so great. I mean,
and he's fucking with 456 just for the love of it.
Just for the love of it. He's not even really playing the game. He's just doing it to mess with him. I mean, bro, he was screwing up the top game on purpose. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%, right?
Yep.
100%. And by the way, there's a little Easter egg. When he was spinning the top poorly, he was doing it with his right hand. When he spun the top correctly, he did it with his left hand.
He's such a shithead.
Oh, he's a bastard, dude. He's a total bastard. But he's just doing it.
I'm gonna let you win this, but we gonna make you sweat a little bit.
Because guess what? He didn't even play red light, green light. Like the old man entered the game because he thought watching the game was so fun. What could possibly, I have a brain tumor. I'm on my way out anyway. What could possibly be more fun than playing the game? He ended up connecting with 456, but he was just playing the game. This time, 001, no, I'm here to fuck with you.
He's clocking in whenever he wants. He's clocking out whenever he wants.
He's like, let me go put my black cloak on and act like I wasn't here the whole time. Oh, I love that. It's so dramatic, so theatrical.
And also there's like the looks, like, and this is going to come back. Like anytime 456 would say something that go, because it's a philosophical battle between the two, the entire show.
Go ahead.
And every now and then 456 says something and 001 just looks at him like, oh, word?
Oh, you think that? You're telling me when he go, you mean when he goes like this? So sometimes a small sacrifice is okay for the greater good? And 456 goes, yeah. He goes, okay. And it's like, well, that's gonna come back. Well, that's gonna get
you. He got him. He got
him good. Yeah, but I'll say to the point where, like, if the brother does get in, I do not want
whenever they find that island.
Yeah, if they finally find the island and the brother gets in, bro, the aura on the front man. I want him to destroy his brother as soon as he sees him. Like, I light him on fire. I don't care. Like, there's no way I want the good guy brother to beat the bad guy brother. If 456 kills him, I'm fine with that. But if good guy brother, I want good guy brother taken out. Like,
I mean, what's even worse is if like good guy brother makes cool Chad brother see the error of his ways.
Oh, I don't want that. If anything, you know what? I'll let the captain of that boat kill good guy brother. Like, he doesn't.
Like I told you not to come back.
Like episode 1 of season 3, dump him right off the boat. Be like, well, we're done with this part of the show.
Start whistling while sailing away.
Yeah. I do. I also like that this time, more so than last time, I found that they play into, right, I feel like thematically, first season, very much about the haves and have-nots and the idea of these rich people looking at these poor people like they're horses in a horse race, like that they're subhuman and they're here for our amusement. This time, while of course that's still there because it's Squid Game, there's far more of a theme of division, where right from the beginning they go, yep, you can vote to stay or go. But this time, if you vote to stay, wear this patch. If you vote to go, wear this patch. The room is separated with the O on one side and the X in the other. Like they're fighting, like they figure out how to get these groups of people to identify with a side and then fight with each other, which I think globally is a theme that very much resonates.
And what's different also is that they're making them vote after every single game. They didn't get to do that last time.
Right.
But that's just another layer.
And I think that's an exercise to just increase the tension. Right.
I think it's an exercise in frontman, like, the whole messing with 456 to show him, look how many chances I'm giving you guys.
I'm pretending you're still in control.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Because I know what the outcome's going to be.
Exactly.
Right. And even if the outcome's not that, I'm secretly running this game anyway. I just go upstairs. Like
I have tiebreaker. I'm just going to vote yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm 100% doing it. Like he doesn't have. There was integrity with the original 001. That integrity is not there.
No, that ain't a rules.
Yeah, I love that because it's a villain. It's a real straight up bad guy. And I'm like, I'm on your side, bro.
I love how
456. He could have taken the money. He could have gone with his 45 billion and gone and had a life to himself. He chose to be here. Okay, he's got to suffer the consequences.
I love how like the Let's Keep Going crowd has to talk themselves into it after every round, because after every game they go, we just need one more round and we'll be squared. We're gonna pay our debts. Just one more game.
And then they look at the other side and go, look how weak they are. You know how much we could get if we do one more game? Just one more game. And this guy doesn't even know the games. He's talking about carving out cookies. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Just one more game.
Yeah.
One more game.
Yeah.
We made it this far.
Did you like the new games? We have 2 new games. We only had 3 games this season. Red light, green light, of course, makes the big comeback. And then we have the medley of mini games.
Mm-hmm.
And that spinning game where you have to go into a room after they say the numbers.
I like that one, and I like how
almost like musical chairs.
Yeah, and it made me hate the mother-son duo. Well, I made me hate the son. Remember when he got pushed away and he pretended like?
Oh yeah, well that son's a wiener. You know what I mean? I mean. If you,
a lot of wieners. There's a lot of wieners in this circle.
But there should be, because it's like these are people who couldn't function as human beings that ended up in this scenario where they're so desperate. This is what they're doing.
Right.
This shouldn't be the coolest of the cool. I do miss. Exactly. I do miss. I feel like what's her name? The girl from last season that died. What I'm talking about. The young girl.
Was she hot?
Yeah.
She
was awesome. I miss her. I miss a lot of the people from last season. Not that son of a bitch who was his friend, though. I hate that guy. But I don't hate the character. I just hate him as a human. Like, he's just a bad guy. You know what I mean?
456's friend.
456's friend. I just hated him because of what he did to 456, which I guess is the point, right? He's not a good guy.
But at this point, 456 doesn't deserve to win or survive, really. I feel like he's pushing his luck, and also he's making so many stupid unforced errors.
What errors?
Well, his plan was so half-baked. They're gonna storm the
Capitol.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going Jan 6. Let's get that Viking hat on and let's go.
And not only that, we're gonna let half of our squad die so we can get this opportunity.
Cause fuck them.
Yeah.
Why was that a bad plan? That was a good plan. It would have been successful if the coward hadn't run back to his room with his dumb tattoo, with his Marine tattoo, and just sat there crying on the bed holding a bunch of magazines. They would have been good.
Well,
also he didn't realize that one of the main members of his team is actually the leader of the other team. That didn't help at all.
Yeah, and wait until he realizes, it's 001 again.
I know, like it's the same number. How did I not see this coming?
Stupid.
And he goes like this. He goes, you take my magazine. And that was another point. Another one of the things that is what you were talking about that you liked, where he goes, you sure you want to give this to me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, definitely. I mean,
well,
we got to get to the front man, right? And he was like, okay, see ya.
Well, because what? All right, let's say you get there and you kill the front man. How does that end the games forever? It doesn't. It ends the games maybe this one time, because the front man isn't the leader of
he is now. What are you talking about?
It's the millionaires and the billionaires that are in charge.
They're not organizing the game.
They're betting on. They can get
the
another front man to do that. They can promote someone else like they've done in the past. So killing the front man is not going to end Squid Games.
You think another person is going to volunteer to be front man after the last one just got murdered by the players?
They have enough psychopaths in their ranks, of course. Yeah, they probably have another.
Of course, killing the front man is the mission. What are you talking about? The other one's already dead, the old man. So it's like now this guy's in charge. If we murder the guy in charge, we send the message out to everybody. They killed a bunch of guards already. This is not a bad plan. This is a good plan.
No, I disagree. I think the best plan would have been to, like 001 said, why don't we kill these guys and get out of here? First of all, let's get this vote. Let's vote to get out of here. And then you have millions of dollars still.
That's a terrible. See, this is why you're a fool. Why? Because you're like, I entered the game. What's the plan? To get out of the game as quick as possible. Like, no, he's trying to get as many people out of the game at the same time. The whole point is to get people out.
But but it was just a messed up idea to just kill half the people who would be there supporting you. Half your army, essentially, just for this idea that also, I'd like, okay, we're going to just have all these, we got old ladies here and they're going to be the ones that are going to help me kill the front man. We're going to get.
No, dog, they got Marines, dude.
Yeah, they have one of them, not a real one.
We don't know. It could be PTSD.
True.
Could be fake. Could be PTSD. Could be stolen valor. We don't know.
It's just like 3 years and that's your plan. It's not more.
Well, you didn't know he was going back in.
That's what I do want season 3 to be like, actually, he did want to get back in.
Like maybe okay. I know why you want that.
Because I want that line.
Because you want to
know why.
You know why. You know why you want that. Because you want them to go 4, 5, 6. Don't tell us you had all of us killed. Why would you do this? And then you want him to say,
I liked it. I did it for me.
Don't tell us you did it for us again. I did it for me. I liked it. It made me feel alive. You just want this show to be like the other show that you like.
You're telling me that wouldn't be lit?
I mean,
if 4, 5, 6 sets, I did it for me. You'd be like, oh shit, what?
Be cool. It'd be
and
cool.
Then he turns into the next front man.
I just look. The show's great. It's not a full season. And I'm furious about it. Okay, furious. I did. Before we get to Super Chats, every Super Chat gets acknowledged. If you'd like to contribute to the show, definitely Super Chat in now, and we'll get to all of them because we got to talk movies. Not Sam at the movies. Nosferatu is in theaters now. I went and saw this. Let me tell you, Hot Dog. Of course, Nosferatu, you could have done anything. I don't know if you know this. Dracula is one of those stories that's in the public domain. So you don't need to jump around and get the rights. But Robert Eggers, who he's done The Lighthouse, he did the Witch. He decided he wanted to go back and do the OG Nosferatu. And I'll tell you this, I'm glad that he did. This was, not only was this fantastic, not only was it just a great movie, but Lily Rose Depp, I mean, not only, you talk about surviving The Idol, this is a career maker for her. She is excellent in this. And then Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård plays Count Orlok, who's like Nosferatu, who's the monster and everything. Like, I've never seen anybody like this guy who can transform. Like, that I don't understand. I'm going, well, that must be CGI. He does Pennywise. First of all, these ladies think he's a good-looking guy. Except he does these movies where first he's Pennywise in 2 It movies, and now he's Nosferatu. Looks completely different. I love the look. He's got a handlebar mustache, which I would have said on paper might be a mistake, but he pulls it off completely. He does this wild-ass voice where he rolls all of his R's. It's a very contagious voice. You'll be trying to do it. I was whispering to myself in the theater as Nosferatu. But yeah, man, I thought it was great. It felt like one of those movies that all the actors in it probably really liked getting their hands on it, because there were a lot of scenes that it was just acting scenes. Like the words are very important because it's 1834, whatever year it takes place in. But it's these a lot of big scenes and big performances. Willem Dafoe plays a professor in it that is aware of what this could be, and Nosferatu and all this. And he has so many scenes that are just so big and verbose and of the time, but he pulls them off, I mean, beautifully. It was so great. You're talking about elevated horror. That's what this is. People talk about elevated horror. This is very elevated horror. And by the way, not black and white. Muted tones. Very muted, not black and white. Also.
Could you, as someone, an uneducated person who doesn't know anything about it, and you mentioned Dracula.
You could have just said uneducated person.
Yeah. What's the connection? Or what's the lore?
He's a vampire.
I know.
Fucking
but
idiot.
is it based off the same character?
You stupid idiot. He's a vampire.
No, you know what I mean. Like, is it the same character? Or
I mean, it's the story of a vampire. It's a romantic vampire story.
Okay, but it's not like Nosferatu and Dracula are the same story.
Dracula's. There's been 100 Dracula stories.
Right. Okay. Well, I just got confused because you mentioned it, so I was like, oh, was this like the OG?
The vampire.
Okay, vampire. That's the lore. That's it.
Well, I'm not. What, do we even tell you everything that happens in Nosferatu?
No.
I'll tell you what. I was kind of there. There's a romantic undertone in Nosferatu, as there often is in these vampire stories, these traditional vampire stories. And it was very odd in the theater. I was kind of, because Lily Rose Depp's character is married to this guy played by Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult, who he was what's his name, Rainfeld or whatever, in the Nicolas Cage vampire movie, the assistant to the vampire. But Nicholas Holt's been in a ton of stuff. Been acting since he was a kid. But Nicholas Hoult has to go and visit this Count Orlok to have him in Transylvania, to have him sign a deed to a property, because this is Nicholas Hoult works in real estate at the time. And he's got to go to him and do it personally. And if he's able to do that, he'll advance his career. He'll be able to buy a new house. He'll be able to treat his new wife, like $1 million. It'll be fantastic. He can't wait to do it.
Take her to Applebee's.
Take her to Applebee's, maybe even cheesecake. But it's a very treacherous journey, and he doesn't realize also he's rolling up into Nosferatu's house, which is, among the worst things that you can possibly do. But Nosferatu is into his wife. And nice. I was kind of shipping Lily Rose Depp and Nosferatu.
Why not the three of them? A little MFM?
Well, there did have like a subtle undertone of cuckoldry, and I was like, oh, Hot Dog would love this. This is like Hot Dog horror.
This is different. This cuckoldry doesn't translate.
Your lady likes horror movies, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to see Nosferatu or Too Elevated?
I'm guessing she's going to. Sometimes she watches it with her sister. Sometimes she watches it with me. So I have to see what her plan is. But I'm interested.
So she'll either, if she's not feeling like watching it with a woman, she'll watch it with her sister.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's good. I would imagine this will get nominated for some kind of awards. It should just, and then everything is like, the lighting's amazing. They use shadows, because Nosferatu, you go back. And Nosferatu is a really technologically
ugly guy.
Well, yeah, yeah, sure. That's not where I was going, but technically, a very, very important film in terms of how light is used and how the technology is used. So the fact that they kind of go back to that without making it feel like it's an old timey movie, you know what I mean? Like they use
same style,
shadows and lighting and all of this great stuff to tell this pretty unreal story. I loved it. I had a great time. With it.
Favorite movie of the year so far?
So far, of all the movies that I've seen, yeah, because I rewatched Good Boy for the first time Good Time. I rewatched Good Time for a while, for the first time in a while. But I think that was like the 28th of December. So yeah, this is probably my number one movie of the year so far. There it is. Yeah. Print it. Especially theatrical release for sure. Nosferatu, as it stands, is my number one movie for the year.
So far. That's a good line.
Big praise. Put it on the poster. Everybody go check this out. All right, let's get into these super chats. You want to contribute to the show? We got a couple minutes here. Let's get these super chats in. Every super chat will get acknowledged. I thought there were some more that I don't have for whatever reason. Okay, we're going into Lou. Piped in with the first super chat that says love from the jump. I appreciate you, Lou. TW Jake asks, Sam Roberts Show 2.0 coming in 2025. I'm going back to okay. I'll address that. Okay. Matthew writes in, being proud of a SiriusXM show in 2025 is like bragging you are the coolest guy in an AOL chat, irrelevant ass platform. Well, you know your joke is good when you double up on it at the end. You could have just ended it at, first of all, bragging about being in an AOL chat room is, again, doubling up on.
It's a lot of reach. You reached a lot there.
Really reached. And also, he left that same comment on a YouTube video earlier this week.
Oh, come on.
You didn't even rewrite for the super chat. You paid that much and you didn't even rewrite it.
Come back again.
You can try again. The super chats are still open. But I would have said this. Being on, and it's also, let me put it back up. Let's correct this.
Yeah, we want to workshop this one.
Okay. Being proud of a SiriusXM show in 2025. First of all, whatever venue it's on, if the content is good, the content is good. Being proud of it. You would say thinking, or you could say having a great SiriusXM show in 2025 is like being the coolest guy in an AOL chat room. Something
and that's it. And then leave the last part
I guess, out. But it's bad, dude.
Come back to us.
It's bad. And also, I mean, what if you're super chatting in to a guy who has a SiriusXM show doing his side YouTube show? PHWOFL, F, Mary, kill for hot dog. This one's for you, buddy. Your mom, your paralysis demon that also is your mom, or Angie. F, Mary,
kill.
Paralysis
demon is definitely my mom. I heard that voice. I got my mom twice here. I don't like that. Wow, you're gonna get me for the first time. You're gonna get me. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna say. I'm no. We're going to kill. All right. Wait. We're going to marry. What was the question again? No, don't. You don't have to put it back.
Ellie,
okay.
The final metamorphosis said, heard hot dog will replace Jim Norton. Comment. The only information that I actually can say with concrete 100% confidence is no, that will never happen. Matthew, Sam always thinks he can speak Spanish. Cringe AF. That is the same Matthew that left the other. I'm back. Don't worry. Let me go back to the super chats. Keep them coming, Matthew. Keep rewriting it. I mean, that's probably a little better, right?
Did you lose your ways?
No, I'm back. N-Man Slimmer. I don't know what that says. What do you think? What you think about Squid Games is making season 3? I think I've answered that. Mark, hot dog, have a grimace shake on me, my man. No, that's for you. Enjoy the grimace shake.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Wiedenhoff, why does hot dog hate Jim? I don't know, man, but these hot dog's been calling me this week he's got a lot of, that's a whole show into and of itself.
Put me in, coach.
It's never going to happen. Podcast media. What's up, Sam? Just listen to some old school Jocktober. You definitely made those even better. Hope for good news with Sirius. Yeah, me too. I appreciate that. Grim Reaper, let's sing the merry-go-round song. Ring a ring a ring, ring a ring. Thank you, Paul Crosby, who says skibbity show. I appreciate that, although I find this show to be fairly Sigma. Grim Reaper, 2 games are on the walls. Monkey bars and checkers. Okay. I guess that's a little Easter egg. B-Herb, no F, Mary, kill. My mind is mush. Still handing over money. I appreciate that. And to reference, let me get that off now. And to reference the super chats that came in earlier and people asking, I mean, it's insane what I and we are going through right now. Literally no new information since New Year's Eve. I am fairly confident. I'm quite confident that I will be in on Monday. There will be a show on Monday. I do not know who will be there. And the only thing that's convenient is I don't have any secret information that I'm trying to hide from you. So that's, I mean, something.
Something. Stop asking me on Instagram.
Oh, it must be so hard for you, hot dog. You egotistical son of a bitch.
Well, I had a few. I'm having some little bit of technical difficulties. Is the YouTube stream good for you?
Yeah, it's fine, dude.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
Totally fine.
All right.
Fix your Wi-Fi. You got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. I'm gonna cheers with you later.